part of the predictive analytics team at Action Network. He joins us today. Okay, Nick, as we normally do, who has been extremely unlucky in the National Football League 10 weeks in, heading into week 11?
Yeah, well, while we're talking glossary here, just remember what derivatives and integrals are. That's your quiz for next week. But no, the three luckiest teams in the NFL. Number one, of course, the Pittsburgh Steelers still. Number two, the Philadelphia Eagles. They had a bye week. And number three, the Cincinnati Bengals. But one team lurking in fourth we'll talk about a little bit later. The bottom three, we have Buffalo dropping into the bottom three after their loss against Denver. That score was 24-22, but our expected score had it exactly flipped, 24-22 in the Bills' favor. So a little bit of an unlucky loss there. Second most unlucky team, you just talked about him, Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers. A little hard done, I feel like, by the officials on that lateral that was not called a lateral. That would have been a touchdown there against Pittsburgh. Somehow Pittsburgh just always finds the magic luck there.
It's true.
And last, the Atlanta Falcons, dead last in our luck rankings.
The Buffalo Bill. I mean, look, I get it. You guys have a formula, and it tells you who's unlucky, but the Bill... Sean McDermott not knowing how many guys are on the field is just inexcusable. Is it like that?
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with our luck rankings.
Okay, all right. I'm just throwing that in there. I guess what I'm trying to say, I'm not trying to diminish the luck rankings. I'm just reminding everybody, like, we're not trying to let Buffalo off the hook for their ineptitude in a variety of ways. So
I'm not.
Yeah, I think everybody's saying that. And that's when we need to buy in on them and sell on, their opponents maybe. So,
okay.
I think this Buffalo had a 51% success rate on offense in that game. Denver had a 39% success rate. Let's just remember that.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Got it. Any luck matchups that you identify for week 11?
No. The Bears are close. They would have been a luck matchup if that Denver Buffalo game had gone a different way, funny enough, but they are just missing out on being a luck game. I still took them at +10 when it got there because I like that spot. Divisional double-digit dog on the road, unlucky team. So still liked the Bears at 10, but I think they're down to 9 on the Justin Fields news now.
Right. I think that's still good to let people know. Like, we had one last week with Green Bay and Pittsburgh, and you just
I will say
that.
We're close to a luck bonanza, a Thanksgiving feast of luck next week. There are potentially 10 luck bets in play for next week. Potentially. We'll see where things shake out after this week, but we'll see.
A main course of luck coming right out of the oven for Thanksgiving lunch and dinner. Luck leftovers too at night. Oh,
serve with some cranberry sauce, my favorite.
Love it. Great.
Let's try something else, Glash. Let's try something else. Totals. What else can we try?
Yeah, totals. Let's talk about those. We do have 2 luck totals this week. They're both unders. Luck unders, or luck totals of -5 or lower signal that we want to back the under potentially. They went 2-0 last week. This season, they are 22-11. That's 67% to the under, and 60% to the under over the last 6 years in a 195 game sample size. The first one, the Bears versus the Lions. We just talked about that. I like the Bears here. Well, this is also an under. This has a luck total of -6.2. This opened Sunday night at 45.5, and it steadily got bet up to where it is now at 47.5.
Yep.
Part of that probably, Justin Fields likely to play. It was announced today at full practice, and that definitely shows in the data. The Bears in Tyson Bagent starts had an offensive expected score 2 points lower than in Justin Fields starts, and that's despite facing a slightly easier schedule defensive, for the opponent's defenses when Bagent was starting. So maybe more like 2.5, 3 points in terms of offensive potential the Bears have with Fields versus Bagent. Also, 55% of the tickets are to the over, but 55% of the money is to the under. So the bigger money coming in on the under. And since 47 is such a key number, it's the most key number between 44 and 51. If we look at final scores of games from 2015 to now, which is when the extra point rule changed, moved it back. 47 is a very key number. So getting 47.5, getting that hook there is really nice. So I'm happy to play this right now at 47.5, knowing that money's kind of balanced out and actually the bigger money is coming in on the under now.
Interesting. Okay. I think I threw this at you last week. I know you have one more, but would you say Lions under 28.5 is not a bad idea? Because that's the angle we kind of played with New England and Indianapolis last week.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I had Indy lowest scoring team on Sunday. I should have said Indy and New England lowest scoring game because that by far was the lowest Sunday luck game. So we're going to keep trying to find those angles. But Indy still only scored 10 points in that. So yeah, I could see Detroit luck luck under team total definitely being a thing. If we look at that, give me 1 second to click over here. Detroit has a -4 luck team total. So yeah, pretty close to being a luck themselves on team total.
Okay. You've got one more for us. One more luck total you want to break down.
Yeah, one more. We got Cowboys versus Panthers. This one is -5.9. So definitely still past that -5 threshold, but getting kind of close. Again, on Sunday night, this one opened at 41.5. It actually got bet down to 40.5, maybe some early sharp money. I don't know. But now it's up to 42. And even I think there's a couple 42.5s floating around. The Panthers, they cannot stop the run. They're 31st in defensive rush DVOA, but Dallas is just 21st in offensive rush DVOA. So that might help the Panthers there a little bit, that they're facing a team that's struggled to run the ball. Instead, the Cowboys have to rely on Dak throwing the ball, and that's where at least the Panthers are competent defensively. The Panthers are 16th in defensive DVOA, right there mid-pack in the NFL. Right now, we've got 79% of the bets to the over, but just 43% of the money going over there. So, it might have changed a little bit there since then, but with the money kind of balancing out, I don't mind if you want to play this now, but I also don't really see any reason to rush into playing this. 42 is kind of a bit of a no man's land. If we look at 40 and 41 are relatively key. 43 and 44 are relatively key. If we look at, again, finishing totals since the extra point rule change, and 42 is the least there. So I don't mind waiting this out either. I haven't played it yet. It's just kind of one of those. I might just wait and see if it goes up to 43 and then play it. Or if it gets down to 41.5 closer to game time, I'm still okay with that because we're still getting the hook on 41.